Hey, how y'all doing? All right, so this reading is for Blake Lively. All right, this court case that you got going on right here. This thing's gonna work out in your favor, boo. All right, him suing you, first of all, is a joke. But he's suing you in order to just kind of defend himself, take off the what he calls a smear campaign on his name, right? You didn't play ball. And even in, like, I watched the movie, I went to the theater to see the movie, and I saw all the stuff that you were complaining about. I saw your discomfort. And as I was watching the movie, I was like, this movie feels realer than just actors on a screen. Like, I could pick up your discomfort where he was concerned. It was almost like you really, like, the energy of what was being depicted in the movie was really what you were feeling. This abuse, this dominance. And so your energy showed it. Like, it showed it in the movie. Even when you were like, what would you tell your daughter if she was dealing with this? It was like you were really asking him that question. You were really asking those questions. And I know there was scenes and there was cuts and there was repeats and stuff, but the energy of what you brought through on that screen shows the energy that you were dealing with behind the scenes, darling. You could see the violation. You weren't playing a role anymore. At one point, you were playing a role, but then eventually that role actually started to become real to you. It took you down a path, that you didn't expect to be taken down. But just know that you've chosen this battle wisely, and keep choosing your battles wisely. You've dealt with sexual harassment kind of energy in the past. You've dealt with that in the past. And you've never made a big deal about it because you could communicate about it with the person. They apologize. There's a little level of like, yo, you know what? I overstepped my bounds. And, because you've always stood up for yourself. You ain't no punk chick. I'll tell you that. you know and so this energy between you and this fella Baldoni or Baloney. I just keep seeing baloney. um to tell you the truth, because what he's bringing to the table is just that his energy. So, boo, you will definitely, this is going to work out in your favor. There's a lot of events happening behind the scenes. There's, a lot in the industry that needs to come out. And so this Hollywood industry is being called out. And they feel like you're coming out right now just because of, this Me Too movement, right? The puffy stuff, everything's out there, right? So, when women are stepping forward right now, it's kind of like, yeah, sure, that really didn't happen, right? But there's a lot of wrong and strong because these men have been doing this for so long, and they have been protected and they've been covered for so long. Really, in all honesty, your husband is doing everything he can to not make it a big deal in the sense of going and punching people in the face. You know what I mean? Like, he's really trying to let this be handled in a legal matter without snapping. But he is standing at your side, and him standing at your side is making your relationship even stronger, right? Because there's an attack on your character. There's even, they want to try to act like, they want to try to fan flames even within your household and try to, activate negativity in your life. And no, honey, that shit ain't gonna pop off. Okay? You are definitely, definitely, definitely winning this energy. And so at the end of this, just keep standing your ground and really just keep your energy positive. No matter what it is they say, you know exactly what happened. You understand? It was you, them, and God. And God was in both of y'all. So God saw your side. You know how they say there's always three sides to the story? Yes, well, God was there when that man was looking at your boobs. And you were there when you saw him doing it. You understand? You were there when you were feeling violated and there was a lot of things that he was doing. You understand what I'm saying? Besides the things that you are filing against him. You understand? But, you don't want to make it so much that like every single gesture you thought was sexual harassment in that way. But really, in all honesty, like even the ones that you're not reporting were because of his nature and his nature of feeling like he can get away with it because, well, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a star, you're a star, and it's my word against yours kind of energy, because it was literally just you and him in a lot of these instances. So, um, what he said in your ear, it was only you and him. Him being in your trailer, the other guy, it's only you and him. So everything is your word against mine, right? And so it's to make you look like, and that's why the smear campaign came about in the first place, baby. That was to make you look crazy in the first place. It's just like what they did with Kanye and what they did with everybody else. You understand? But you stand your ground and keep standing your ground, and your husband is standing there, right there with you. And you are going to win this. It will work out in your favor. And it will actually be a case that will change a lot of Hollywood. And so that's why I titled it that way, because it is going to be a case that will change Hollywood. There's going to be a lot to come out in this that will force them to, make sure that a lot of the sexualization for women in these movies, being exposed and things like that, a lot of it is not what they wanted, right? But, they just, they gave in, and they were just like, okay, like, it's okay, it's okay. Like, it's okay. So a lot of women are going through this in the industry, and you calling it out is going to be huge, and it's going to be able to kind of allow women that self-respect again, where they're not having to be, caught on camera in their panties. They're not having to have this, ravishes sex on scene and all of this stuff, because a lot of it is very uncomfortable for the female actresses. And, it's being sold to them in a way that it was being sold to you. It's for the scene, it's for the best of the movie, it's what I want to portray, and right? So all of that stuff. But, you've chosen this battle wisely, because like I said, you've dealt with it in the past, and this time it was just too overt, right? And they put you in a place where they feel like, whatever, who's going to believe her anyway? And so I'm glad that you're speaking up. I'm glad that you're using your voice. And know that your peoples are there behind you. Know that God is behind you. And that everything that you are saying is true. And you can release that. And just keep moving with justice is for me. And everything is working out in my favor. The truth is being set free. That is your affirmation right there. The truth is being set free. And let that truth be set free. Okay, Queen, you don't have to do too much, in the sense of fighting and defending. Don't say a word. You've already said what it is that you said. Let God and let the real true laws of the universe work this thing out for you as he tries to counteract you. But even with him counteracting you, your truth will definitely be heard. So, girl, keep fighting, and just know that you got back, and it will work out. So keep going. Take care.